So I'm here in the Private White V.C factory waiting for David to arrive. David is a fantastic customer, a real Private White enthusiast. He made a beautiful suede creation, a bespoke piece just for him, and I can't wait for him to share his experience with you all.
In 2021, I purchased a jacket off eBay, and at that stage I was going through a bit of a phase of looking at sort of early 1970s glam influence kind of style, and bought this really lovely suede jacket, really big collars, and really fitted me wonderfully well. What happened when it came through the post, so it was clear it was a lady style, because when I put it on, the sleeves were quite short on me. The rest of it fitted perfectly. So fast forwards about 2 years, I was chatting to Sam Kelly, manager at Boodles, and I have to say to my shame that I hadn't heard of Private White. So what happened, he knew I was interested in style and clothing, recommended yourselves, and then a couple of weeks later I came in and absolutely had a wonderful time.
I remember I showed you around.
You did.
I saw someone in the shop. I thought, right, he's mine.
I was treated like royalty. I couldn't believe it.
So I took, we kind of quick walk.
It wasn't that quick. It was about 2 hours.
Yeah,
it was fabulous.
You got the full boyfriend experience.
Yeah, all the lovely people who work here.
Yeah.
And ended up buying 3 pieces in the shop here. And I remember chatting at that time around the fact that in the back of my mind, I had this jacket. I didn't have it with me, but I thought as soon as I came here, I had this idea that yourselves would be perfect to be able to replicate that. Making sure that the sleeves were longer. I was interested in essentially getting something that matched almost identically what I already had. So I planted the seed with yourselves when I was first here in September, and you said absolutely, come in whenever, whatever colour suede I want, you could guarantee virtually any colour. So then, fast forward to April, I sort of came back and brought my original jacket and was sort of descended on by this team of very experienced, very passionate people that work here. And essentially, I was treated like royalty again, and was probably in about an hour, every sort of measurement that was needed, every sort of tweak, every aspect that the new jacket had that was inspired by the old jacket was all done and dusted. And what I really liked was there was some really good additions that you guys with your expertise and your experience sort of suggested. One of the best things was to put some lining in the sleeve, a new jacket, which would make it, and it does make it a lot more easy to put on.
It feels a little bit more elevated as well with the sleeve. It's nice.
Yeah, indeed. And we chatted about the original jacket having front pockets. I didn't really want them. They sort of looked at various different suggestions, and you spoke quite at length about zips. So we sort of ummed and ahed about the type of zips. I left the building with a one-way zip and then started to ruminate on your ideas. And lo and behold, a two-way zip. And just having the photos took there, I think it definitely shows the benefit. It just allows it to lie much smoother. I think every aspect of the jacket was something that was discussed in huge amounts of detail and gave me the confidence that the ideas that I had when it came here and the sort of trust I wanted to have in handing over the commission to yourselves was not misplaced. So when I was here originally, I saw a tiny swatch of the colour. I knew I wanted green. It was a whole host of different greens there. So we sort of focused on one swatch, but I was keen to see what it was like and slightly bigger, because I didn't want it too vibrant. I wanted it quite subtle. And Lily very kindly sent me a much larger swatch, which essentially I thought the colour was amazing. And we talked about back and forth around the thickness of it, what type of suede. So that was all agreed. And then about 6 weeks later, I was very pleased to get the call to come in. I was offered the choice of it either being sent out and to come in, but very keen to come in really, partly because I just loved being in the place, but also I think it was something that it would be quite nice for me to see it on, and for other people who've been involved in it, just to see if there was anything that wasn't quite right. But also I think it's quite nice to see it, final commission on a person as opposed to decorating.